eternal one, the supreme sovereign, the absolute God, who is without a second, without a double, without a cosmic mutable self. God also is one and indivisible Lord, given the fact that God is manifested everywhere, within and outside of the universe. Still, there are no two gods, only one. There are many, many names and manifestations of God all over the world, all over the universe. Even yet, there is only one supreme and everlasting God. My guest today is the great and wonderful Reverend O.C. Smith. He is even today still one of the great singers and composers of all time. Of recent years, he's done something very, very wonderful. He has entered the ministry. He's doing work in humanity for the Lord, and I've asked him to just share with us some of the some aspects of that, of the work that he's doing, and how he feels even before he made his decision to enter the ministry, how it influenced his music, and if he attributes his great success to his spiritual conviction.
Thank you, Alice. I truly do. I tell you what, now that I reflect on my life and the music that I've been associated with, the songs that I've recorded and have been blessed with, some of them having been very successful songs in terms of sales and recognition by the record buying public at large. Again, as I said, as I reflect, I think now that the music was my ministry. It is my ministry. And so my going through the School of Ministry of the Science of the Mind and opening my center has just been a natural progression. You know, they walk hand in hand.
Yes.
And so I feel as though I've been a singer all my life, and again, as I said, through my songs, through the music, I've been a minister all my life.
Wonderful.
Because the kinds of songs that I have sung, I've had people tell me through the years that in Vietnam, for example, I've had soldiers come to me and say, you know, those songs like Little Green Apples and Help Me Make It Through the Night and The Son of Hickory Hollis Tramp. He said they've said to me that those songs really have helped me get through, you know, some trying times. And so again, I think of the music and the ministry as being one. And I'm grateful for the both.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there any experience in the early years of your life that you feel that was profound in its maybe contributing greatly?
Well, my mother and my father, they were both musicians, not professional musicians. They taught school, but my mother taught music in school, and my dad just played piano and played the blues and spirituals for his own enjoyment. So I can't think of one experience, but I know that experiencing them for me was a very profound experience.
Yes.
You know, and I know that they are in large part responsible for what I feel about myself and about life and about music and the ministry today.
Yes. In terms of the teachings, how do you feel you had a divine call to begin to teach and to preach from God, or did you just feel mainly inspired to do it, or felt that it was a matter of course, it was a matter of time, and that you eventually had to engage in the ministry?
Now that as I said, now that I reflect, I realize it's been something in me all along. You know,
That was just
it was just waiting. It was like, you know, you take a seed and you plant it, and you nourish it and you tend it, and you take care of it and you keep the weeds away and you water it all of the time and really give it love. Eventually, before you realize it, you probably you're not even aware of when it's going to happen, but one day you walk outside and there's the rose. Well, as far as the ministry was concerned with me, I feel as though it was just that same process, was the seed that was already in me. I wasn't aware of it, you know. And then one day it just manifested itself as the ministry. And when I looked up one day, I had this tremendous desire to go through the Science of Mind School of Ministry, and then afterwards I studied 5 years, and then afterwards I opened my center.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can you give us an idea of what the teachings are in your Science of Mind Center? Also, can you speak about your goals, your spiritual goals you wish to attain, or basically the goals of the center itself?
Well, some of my goals are to, we have a service now. We use the Grand Ballroom of the Proud Bird in Los Angeles, and we've been there 2 years. I've been in the ministry 2 years, and eventually we're going to own our own facility. I want to do that, and whether it's owned or leased or whatever, it's not important. But I want to have enough space where what we want to do is we want to have a nursery and we want to have a preschool and a kindergarten and 1st through 6th grade to teach the 3 R's as well as the principles of the science of the mind. And we want to have a health center there, a nutrition center, and a spa, as well as the church facility itself. So those are my goals, and I'm working toward them in a very serious manner.
Wonderful. Yeah. Now, something about the teachings.
The teachings tell us that life is what we make it. It's in our hands. It's up to us to do with our lives what we choose. The masses of people think that their lives are tossed and blown by the vicissitudes of life, you know, that there are things out there, experiences out in their life outside of them that dictate their experiences and circumstances. Thoughts become things.
That's right.
And so we have to be certain that our thoughts are clear, that are positive and filled with love and peace and beauty and power and grace and tranquility and all of those wonderful things, because our concept of God is that God is all good.
Yes.
And so when we think in that manner that life is good, then we experience good.
How about your presenting us with a selection or two?
Only on one condition.
And that is?
You play.
I will certainly be happy to.
Okay.
Thank you.
It'll be my pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.